What's going on, everybody? Brit Devine here from RotoGrinders to give you a quick tutorial on how to use our entry manager to late swap efficiently on DraftKings when you have multiple lineups. As you can see in my screen here, I already have my entries preloaded, but it is a very simple system to use. Just pretend that this is blank here. You click the button on the left there to download your entries. As you can see, it opens in Excel. You save it to your computer, and then you simply upload your latest entries into the manager, and voila, you have your teams here. So what this allows you to do is late swap around news and different projections for NBA to give yourself an advantage over the casual player that is simply sitting at home, they've made their team, and they're not going to adjust it for news. You can do this over and over again throughout the night. You can do it once. It's something that's always here. I do want to point out it is in beta, so we don't recommend, we're not putting 100% behind it, but I have not had a problem when I've used this so far. I want to go over what's on your screen here and how you can kind of use it. So I made a couple of different entries for today to kind of show. I've got my one cash team right here for tonight. I've got one team in two different entries, and then I have 59 other tournament teams. If we can continue scrolling down, you'd be able to see those. So I want to show you how to effectively manage these using the lineup builder to recreate your new team. So I've made all my teams, and I specifically made sure to leave myself a little bit short on Andre Drummond. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go into LineupHQ. I'm just going to boost his minutes a little bit to get a little extra more of them on some of my teams. We can see in the previous build, I had 6% Andre Drummond when he was going to be about 25% owned. That'll be kind of the main player I use here to kind of show you what I'm doing. So we've changed a couple of players. You can use this, for late swaps. You want to change a couple players' projections. You want to get more of a player yourself when there's no news. There's a lot of fun ways to use this. So let me show you what we're doing here. So these are all my lineups. So my cash lineup on the left here, you can see we have these check boxes. My cash lineup, I'm going to leave that be, right? I'm going to optimize that on my own. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to uncheck that right here because I want to do that myself. I don't want the algorithm making my cash team. I like to have that in myself. And if you kind of see this checkbox here, there's a little magnifying glass. If you want to get into your entries, you can see all of my cash lineups have been unchecked. So my cash lineup's going to remain unaffected. What is going to change are the other 60 tournament teams I have. And I wanted to show you this too. I made one tournament with one lineup in there multiple times to kind of show you how to do this. So I want to change both of these. If you just leave this checked, it will just change the one lineup in both of your entries. But if you open it up with the magnifying glass and select both of them, now I will get two separate lineups instead of it replacing just the one. This is a big thing. Click the magnifying glass. It really gives you control over the teams that you're putting into your DraftKings tournaments to make sure you know what you're doing on that. So I want both of these lineups remade, not just one in both. I want two separate teams. So that's what I've accomplished here. When you go to your player pool, you can change it up for anybody you want. You can use any build rules you want. You can use different build settings. You can use ownership. It'll apply all your groups that you have in there. When you go to the manage entries, anything you do in your player pool will transfer over to these when it rebuilds it, as long as it's able to, barring, locked players and stuff like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to rebuild my lineups, and you'll see the lineup builder quickly churns out my 60 teams that I have there. You'll see my cash team was unaffected. You'll see some of these other ones here. They've all been made, and we're looking good for tonight. You'll also see, if I go find Andre Drummond, I went from 6% to 20% Andre Drummond on my late swap teams, simply based on, just bumping up his minutes projection a little bit here. So it's very easy to use. When you're done, you just export it to CSV. Just click this. It will automatically replace all your teams in the correct order on your DraftKings CSV. There's no hunting. There's no copy pasting. You just save the CSV that's uploaded. You go to DraftKings, you upload it, and you get all your teams. It's a fairly easy process. If you've used the DraftKings entry manager before to make all your teams, a really fun tool. The team has put a lot of work into it. It works for football. It works for most sports on DraftKings as well. So give it a whirl. Very easy to use, and can really give you a leg up on the competition if you're up to date on the news and you want to change your projections, you want to change your builds as the night progresses. Not too many things like this out there in DFS currently, so make sure to use it. That's all I got for you today. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we out ya.